everyone. Thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name's Edie Ann. I want to talk about money. Moolah. It's kind of a touchy subject sometimes, right? People don't want to talk about how much money they make because I think, one, people feel it's braggadocious if they're making good money, right? Two, they don't want to insinuate that anybody could make that amount of money. Now, the only time that could potentially happen, and even in the corporate world, right? So I remember working in the corporate world and people were like, you don't talk about how much you're making because you might be making more than they are making. You could have started at a different pay than somebody else. And so there's hard feelings and people get upset because they're not making the same amount as somebody else. And maybe they think that somebody else isn't worth that much, right? Kind of a touchy subject. Money is a touchy subject. So I want to kind of address it in a way that is logical, legitimate, and informative. And so in the Scentsy world, in the direct sales world, we all know that it is commission-based, right? Sales is commission-based. And even in the corporate world, there's a lot of different sales that are commission-based. And you don't make a salary, you just make commission. You make a certain percentage off of the sales that you do, okay? Car sales, that kind of thing, right? So in the Scentsy world, that is basically what it is. So you sell a certain amount, you make a certain amount. So if you sell up to $1,000 when you first start, you're gonna make 20%. But once you hit that $1,000 mark, you get bumped up at 5% bonus, a 5% raise, because at that point you don't go down. You never go down after 25%, right? So after you've made your first 1,000 in sales, you make 25%. Now, 25% is where you're gonna stay no matter what you sell, how you sell, when you sell, right? But you can get bonuses. And so the bonuses work that if you have a $2,000 month, you get a 5% bonus that month. So instead of making 25%, you make 30%. So 25% is your baseline, and then you make bonuses on top of that. And so in our business, in the direct sales business, you have the ability to make commission just on your sales. And this is where we differ from a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is where you have to recruit and you make money on recruiting. We only make money if anybody sells. If you sell, you make money. If you recruited somebody and they sell, you can make a bonus off of them. But never do you make money off of them just joining. Okay? And so here's how the money works. You make 25%. Let's assume you've already made your 1,000. You make 25%, that's your baseline. You're gonna start making bonuses on the increase of your sales. If you recruit somebody and they sell a certain amount, you make a bonus on them. And so here's the part of direct sales that I love. It's our job to sell, just like any sales business. It's a car salesman's job to sell cars. It's our job to sell Scentsy, right? Or to share the experience of the product, okay? If you were to recruit somebody, the only time they make money or you make money is if they reach a certain amount of sales, right? So our minimum is 200. And our minimum is 200 in a month once a year. Like, that's just, I laugh about it because it's so easy. Like, that's your own purchases of our product, because we sell consumable products. We sell laundry products, wax and oils. Those are things that you run out of. And so you're constantly going to be replenishing yourself anyway, because most people that join Scentsy already love the product. That's why they're joining, right? And so the 200 that you do in a month, in the year, could potentially just be your own purchases, right? So that's super simple. And so it's the same for any consultant. So if you recruit somebody, that's the same for them. It's the same for everybody. And so then as you have more people that are joining your team, there will be different levels of consultants, meaning some will sell a lot, some will sell very little. And so based on those sales, you will get a specific amount of a bonus, whether it's 2%, 4%, 7%, 9%, I think is the highest, that you get paid on a team member. Then it's our job to help them sell. It's our job to help them be the most successful that they can be. And so the amount of money that we can make is really going to depend on the effort of our own sales and the effort of us helping others grow their businesses and teaching them how to do that, right? It's a very simple concept. It can be very lucrative. Now listen, I'm going to put an income disclosure in the comments below to a link to a PDF to show you the averages. And because I talk about income, I have to put that there. That's Uncle Sam that says that. But there are people that make as little as $100, $200 a month. And for them, it's perfect because it allows them to make a payment. It allows them to have a child in a sport or whatever, right? But then there are others that I have known personally that have made upwards of $90,000 to $100,000 a month. Can you imagine? That's a yearly income for most people. And they're actually having the ability to make that on a monthly basis. Crazy. Crazy. I am somewhere in the middle. I'm in the middle somewhere, right? So listen, there's a gamut of low to high that you can make in this business. It's gonna depend on how much effort you put in. It's gonna depend on how much you're willing to work. It's gonna depend, just like any sales position out there. I used to work for a computer sales company, and we did sales of computer training. And we only made money when we sold a class, right? So it was in my best interest to do everything that I could to get in front of as many people as I could to make those sales for those classes. This is absolutely the same. And it's really not that different, because eventually I became a manager of that department, and the more my people sold, the more I made, right? So it's the same thing. The more people on your team that sell, the more you're going to make. It's like being a sales manager, right? And then the department manager would make money off of everybody in that department. So there's a potential. There is definitely potential in direct sales. It's one of the most flexible and lucrative businesses out there, right? Because you have the ability to dictate pretty much what you're making. If you put in little effort, you make little amount of money. If you put in a lot of effort, you might make a lot of money. So I just wanted to kind of touch base on that today, because I feel like sometimes it's a touchy subject to talk about money, for one, but I think it's important to educate it. And you know what? One of the things that I searched for when I first started thinking about joining Sensi was, how much money can I make? I want to know how much money I can make. What's the bottom line here? Right? And so I was looking for videos like this one, and I didn't find a lot, because back then there weren't a lot of videos yet. But I bet now you could find more, right? So if you have questions and you want more specific answers that are a little bit more private, reach out to me, message me. I'm more than happy to be an open book for that. Okay? I hope that you found some answers in this video. If you didn't, please let me know, and I will try to answer any questions that you have. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.